Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging with me for another video today. I am playing with the palette that I've held on to for some time, and this is the Fall Magic palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. If you want to just hear a little bit about the palette, see the swatches and 3 looks, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So I am on the PR list for Unearthly Cosmetics, but this is not a palette that I received in PR. I did purchase this myself, and at the time they were still Alien Cosmetics. So I believe that the release of this palette was last year in 2021. I think I got this palette earlier this year when they had a restock. I've always loved the color story, but I just did not get around to purchasing it. And my whole thing with PR is I don't ever expect a brand just to send me things. So if a brand doesn't send me something and it's something that I want, I'm going to get it because I really do appreciate PR and being on those lists. But I was purchasing from these brands before I got on PR lists. So it wasn't like I was just on PR. I was purchasing so many things from Unearthly Cosmetics, then Alien Cosmetics, before I was asked to receive PR. So I really did not mind purchasing this myself. So I just wanted to let you all know. Now this palette has recently been restocked. I hope it's still in stock, and I should have checked before I started filming the intro, but I didn't. I just think this color story is so gorgeous. Now this palette, before I show it up close, has a 36-month shelf life. It is cruelty-free. Unearthly Cosmetics just comes up with the best color stories. They're able to do something within a theme like fall, but make it special and make it different and make it a bit untraditional. And this palette, to me, you can wear outside of fall. I think you can wear it all year round, but to me, it does say fall. It does go in that category of fall palettes, and I think if you like these types of shades, you're gonna love this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the swatches. There's a couple things that I wanna share with you about the swatches that I noticed. I will say this probably sometime in the video, but Unearthly Cosmetics has different shimmer formulas, and these are my favorites. These are really similar to the ones in the Aaliyah Warms My Blood palette and All I Ever Wanted, and some of the earlier palettes like Lure and Fairy Frolic. These are the same types of shimmers. Some of their palettes have very densely packed shimmers, like in the Sleepover palette, in the Witching Hour, and Not Normal. Those are not my favorites. They're beautiful, they're smooth, but they're not my favorites. They're not as creamy. So these shimmers in this palette are super creamy, and I want to just tell you, the mattes in this palette are very creamy. Like, they almost feel to me like a cream to powder. Not as creamy as the Natasha Denona cream to powders, but really, really close. And the exception to that was the shade Bonfire, which is gonna be one of those plum shades at the bottom. But the shade Bonfire is the only one that didn't feel creamy. All of the rest of the shades felt super creamy and soft. And not that Bonfire was a bad shade at all. It's a beautiful shade. It just didn't have that soft, creamy feel that all the rest of the shades have. And that probably has something to do with the color that it is. But these swatch beautifully and they feel so good. That's what I wanted to say about the swatches. And a lot of times it's hard for me to notice a lot of differences in eyeshadows and blushes and all of that, but I did notice that for sure with this palette. All right, now that you've seen the color story and the swatches and heard a little bit about the palette, we're gonna go ahead and get into 3 looks. This is gonna be the last one, and then I'll be back to wrap up this video and tell you what I think about this palette. All right, you guys, so I am really excited to be using this Fall Magic palette for the first time. Even though it's sold out. I feel like this was a huge palette for Unearthly Cosmetics and a lot of people purchased it. And I did purchase this one myself. And unfortunately, I'm just getting around to using it. But let's go ahead and use this baby. Now this time I have not swatched the palette. I have not done anything with it. So this is kind of a first impressions look, which is usually the case when I do my first look with a palette. So let me just tell you what's on my face. Today I'm wearing the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation with my LYS concealer. I have on the Chantecaille powder, the Chanel Sun Bath bronzer. This blush is Hourglass Sublime Flush. And on top of that, I have a Lisa Eldridge highlighter in Cosmic Rose. And then on my lips, I have the Charlotte Tilbury, it's like hyaluronic lip balm lipstick. And this is the shade Pillow Talk. Surprise, surprise. And it's a really shimmery, shiny, almost like a gloss balm. It's really pretty. Based on my complexion and my blush and everything, I think I want to start with Cozy. Ooh, cozy. Comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am. All right, I'm gonna start with a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A502 brush right into the shade Cozy for the transition. Yeah. I have this Nars Soft Matte Concealer on my eyes as a primer, and I was thinking it would make a good primer. So that's what I've got on, and we'll see how it does. So this is just a really beautiful, easy to use transition shade, and it's going on as expected. I really don't have any problems with any of the shades from Unearthly Cosmetics, so yeah. Also, the Warms My Blood palette is in transit, so I cannot wait to try that one out. I'm really excited about that palette. So this looks beautiful. So I think that this shade looks very beautiful. Let's go into, so we have Snug and Bonfire.
Oh, the camera's closed.
The camera's on, but it's fine.
Zoom in a little bit more.
No, you can be in it. What's up?
Zoom in. I have no clothes on.
You have on underwear, but it's okay. What do you need? Oh, okay. I'm gonna do some bottle flipping.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we have Snug and Bonfire. I'll see in a little bit. So one is more plum and one is more red. More like burgundy. Let's go with this one, Snug. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the outer corner and the inner corner. And I'm gonna just kind of put it through the crease and blend it over to the inner corner. I didn't leave as much of the lid space on this eye. My hand is just not allowing me to do that for some reason. But this is a pretty start to the look, and I really love how these two shades blend together. I think they look really pretty. So now we need a highlight shade, so now we need a lid shade, a glittery lid shade, and there are so many beautiful ones to choose from. Right away, the shade changed because I did swatch this the other day. This one really caught my eye when I was looking at this for my fall palettes video. So that's really pretty. So I think that one would look nice. I even think Autumn would look nice. It's beautiful, kind of a golden orange. That's pretty. Let me swatch change. Let me swatch change again. That's so pretty. So I think I'm gonna go with change. I just think it is so pretty. So I'm just gonna take that on my finger. I just love the little hint of green right there. Look at that right there. It's so like glossy and wet looking. And next what I'm gonna do is take a brush. I wanna go into the shade Magic. That shade right there. And let's see if we can use a little bit of that shade to bring the two together. And that way the transition between the matte and the shimmer in the middle isn't very harsh. Only just using a little bit of Magic. So that's what we're working with, and I think it's really pretty. So going into the lower lash line, I'm just going back into Cozy with the BK Beauty 207 brush and just taking it underneath the lower lash line. Hello. What are you getting? Oh, okay. August has discovered the art of bottle flipping, so he's really into that. That looks really nice. And now for the inner corner, I think we're gonna just use the shade Cashmere. Let's see what that looks like. I'm taking this little lip brush from BH Cosmetics. This isn't gonna give you a huge pop of color, but I still think it gives you a nice highlight. I think the orange would have looked really nice in the inner corner as well. I'm gonna stay the course. All right, here's our first look. So I will be back with my liner and mascara and let you know what I'm thinking about this one. All right, you guys, I'm back with the finished look, and I have to say, this is so pretty. So I love this look. I just love like the wet looking shimmers, and Unearthly Cosmetics was the first brand that exposed me to shimmers like that with the very first palette that I purchased from them, which was their holiday palette from 2020, and I have just been in love ever since. So I know other brands like make shimmers like that, but I always go with the ones from Unearthly just because they're just so pretty. So this is a really beautiful look. I took a plum ColourPop liner and just lined the bottom. I tried to put it in the waterline, but it wasn't working. So whatever I could get is on the lower lash line. And then I have on the Dior Show mascara, and that's all I did. But I think this is so beautiful. And I think from afar, it doesn't necessarily look like it's special, but it really is. And I think the colors went together beautifully. No issues with the eyeshadow. So I am excited to do 2 more looks with this palette. So let's go ahead and get into them now. All right, you guys, we are going to get into another look with the Fall Magic palette. I'm really excited. So the first look that I filmed about a week ago. So I have not picked this palette up since. So let's see what else we can come up with that is beautiful. All right, so I am gonna go into, let's do Spiced, and I'm gonna take this on my BK Beauty 201 brush, and I'll just tell you what I have on my face because it's different, I think. So I have, oh my God, not this sweat. Okay. And my makeup is not exactly fresh, but I just felt like playing. I have on the Westman Atelier foundation stick with my LYS concealer, Chantecaille powder. I didn't even refresh my bronzer, but it was the LYS bronzer, the cream bronzer stick. I have on Paradise Glow by Pat McGrath, and this is one of the Juvia's Place lipsticks. I think it's called a Mauve Moment. So that might not even go with this look. I don't know why I'm sweating like this. All right, that's a little better. So the boys started karate today. They need some listening skills. And you know what? That's exactly why they needed to be in there. So they are in one class on Wednesday where the 2 classes overlap. And then on Thursday, Marquisha's gonna go. They was just doing whatever they wanted to do. I feel like they thought they were gonna be going in there, breaking boards and all kinds of stuff. They need to, this was a really good decision. And I wanna see what else I can sign them up for. I mean, not to overwhelm them, but like they need some discipline, some listening skills. Like, it was just too much going on. I wish I could record it, but you're not allowed to record in there because I would have put it on my stories so y'all could see. They were cute. They were cute though. All right, that's enough. So this is a beautiful transition shade. Y'all probably already know this is my type of shade. And I actually want to go into cocoa. This is a really unique brown. It's like, I don't know. It's just a really grungy color that I'd like to try out. I'm gonna use the Refer 10 brush. Why does Tyrone tell August that that August teacher used to be his teacher? I just heard August go up to Tyrona and say, my teacher doesn't know you. Tyrone's always playing and August just soaks it up like as true information. Okay, that's nice. I like this. I like these two colors together. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Cashmere. And I'm gonna dip right back into cocoa, blend it out a little bit. Getting into the lower lash line, I'm gonna go back into Spiced. And this is just a Fenty blending brush. Just gonna sweep it underneath. And for the inner corner, Hoi Loint. Let's go back into Change. That was one of the shades that I used in the first look. I'm just being real careful with it. All right, let me know what you think of the second look. And I'll be back with my mascara to let you know what I think. All right, you guys, back with the finished look. It's so dark. My face isn't dark, but the background's dark, but whatever. I really like this look, actually. I just love how the orange is kind of peeking out of the top with that deep grungy shade, and then this like kind of antique-y shade. I think that looks really pretty. All right, to finish off this look, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Copper Charge liner, the double-ended one, and I just used the matte brown side. I really like those double-ended liners, by the way, and I just did a thin line on the top and the lower lash line, and then I used the Benefit They're Real mascara. So that's it. This is a everyday look, and I think it was really easy to create. I've been having like a really easy time making looks, like with this palette so far, and like the Warms My Blood. So yeah, I love that her palettes do lend themselves to some everyday looks. They're not all like that, but Warms My Blood and this one definitely do that. So I really love that about this palette. Let's get into another look. We're going into the third look with the Fall Magic palette.
Close your door.
Please? I don't like when it looks how it looks open. Watching the Ravens game, it's Sunday fun day, which means I have mimosas while I do adult stuff. Not like that, like adult stuff like iron, get stuff ready for work, get stuff ready for the boys. I made some caprese. What else did I make? I made some roasted Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. That, I don't know what's going on with me and Brussels sprouts, but it's the business. Okay, let's get into this last look with this palette. So I've done 2 looks so far, and I'm gonna film the intro after this. Gonna start with Spiced again. I don't think I've used all the shades, but I think I've used a good portion of them. I know I haven't used the shade Leaves, which is that like blue-green. So I'm definitely gonna use that in this look. So I'm just going to use this What's Up Beauty R104 blending brush. Let's zoom in. Let's do that, shall we? And I'm gonna just focus this on the inner transition area because I'm gonna use the deep green earth because I haven't used that either. Oh my God, here he goes. I said yes. Somebody might need to come get him. I love him. And at the same time, someone needs to get him. Today, August is a photographer. Ooh, look at that. That's very soft and blended. Yes.
Marky's not even eating the meat.
He's not eating the meat?
No.
You know what though? I've had times where, first of all, I've given the children my buffalo wings because now they like buffalo wings. So I ordered these on Friday and I've only eaten 1. No, I've eaten 2. They ate all the rest of them.
No, I didn't.
Actually, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did. I'm talking about between you.
I didn't have the most. Marky had.
No one said that.
Marky had the most.
What I was saying was, but okay, close my door. Cause no. You want to hear explanation?
What are you saying? What are you saying?
What I was gonna say is between you and Marky, you both have eaten the most. Like
No,
I haven't had any. I've had 2, and there were 18. The point is there were 18 wings.
Wait,
I mean,
there's
Julian
9 wings?
Wait, Julian and Julius had some. Tyrone's boys had a few.
I know.
But there were a good portion. A good portion was left.
Yeah.
You just blend because that's what you can do. That's all you can do in certain situations. Is just blend. Because I don't know what else to do. Like, it's just too much. Now he wants to go outside. So August and Marky are photographers. And they want to take photographers. We have like this little butterfly bush on the side. They want to take pictures of the bees. Okay, this is cute. This is like the same transition for the second look, but it's gonna be a different look, so don't worry. My whole thing was I just didn't want to have that green and then nothing else. I needed this. So we're gonna go into Earth here with this, what is this, Lavish tapered blending brush. I'm just gonna try to tap it here on the outer corner and concentrate it here, getting a little bit of fallout because I really didn't tap it. I did tap it, but I didn't at the same time.
Tell Marky. Can you please tell Marky to eat his food because.
So you want to rush him? You don't want to let him enjoy.
The skin.
You don't want to let him enjoy.
I am. He's eating the skin.
Isn't that what you do?
No.
No.
So
what do you do? You do. Skin. I honestly feel like you and Marky really. Now I will tell you what. Marky will clean some ribs. He will clean somebody's ribs. I'm gonna let y'all know that. But the ribs, like the ones we had at Mimi's yesterday that you didn't eat. But when it comes to chicken wings, I feel like both of you are very wasteful.
I am not wasteful.
My interpretation is that you are.
I am not.
And the reason that I think you all go hungry is because you're not really taking advantage of the meat.
I just sit up here.
You all aren't taking advantage of the meat that's on the bone. And those are plentiful wings. They're plentiful and they have lots of meat on them. And you all seem to be more interested in the skin, the sauce, the rub. You get the lemon pepper rub. Then what happens is when they eat the outside, then they want to, August wants, can I put more lemon pepper on? Like, so he wants each piece coated with lemon pepper. And that's really not the intention. And you know what that's going to lead to? Do you know? High blood pressure. Are you interested? No. I don't think you are. All right, so I do like this combo with the brown and then the forest green. That's pretty. We're gonna now go into the shade Leaves, which looks beautiful. Ooh. August, look at this shade. August looked at me, he was like, I agree. It's, I don't know, so when I first started with Unearthly, their shimmers were kind of like this. And then they started doing those densely packed ones, but these are my favorites. And I can always tell if they're the densely packed ones because they have those big square pans. I don't know. These right here are so good. They're so good. And they're creamy. Oh my God.
Ew, creamy.
That's not you. What is you about that?
I said cream. I thought you meant your butt cream.
Butt cream? What's that?
It's your butt and it has poop in it. That's
okay, stop. Stop it. I've never heard of such filth. I can't. I don't know if you already said it. I'm not even going to ask him to repeat it because that's nasty. I don't even understand what he was talking about. As butt cream. We're not turning that on because that's not for children. My bike is not for children, it's for adults. Apparently it's not for me because I haven't been on in a minute. And no, it's not yours. Just because I'm not on doesn't mean it's yours. Oh, look at this. This is really pretty. So this is green, right? Because I have a habit of saying things are blue and they may be green. This is green. Look at this one more time.
What is this?
It's kind of duochrome-y, do we think? I'm into it though. Let's go, I'm just going into the inner corner highlight. I wanted to see if cashmere would work. And that's the shade I put on the lid in the last look, and it does work beautifully. I'm gonna take the same brush, which is the What's Up Beauty R101, and go into leaves. See if I can diffuse this out a bit.
So strong.
Yeah, you know what? I think this is definitely a duochrome.
I mean, it's strong. So strong.
Yes, sweet child.
It's strong.
Okay, get strong in. This is pretty. Let me know what you think about look number 3. Yes, I'm into it. I think this is, okay, I can do this color. Let me look at it from afar. See, this, first of all, August got my lights all. Okay. This is pretty. I like this. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Show y'all one more time. Even though I'm about to show y'all again.
The other workout.
I'm gonna put on my liner and mascara, and then I'll be back to talk about this look and then wrap up the video. All right, you guys, I'm back with the third and final look. It's okay.
And why you have my remote?
I let Marky borrow it. Oh my God, this is so much, y'all, right now. August acting like somebody's father. Oh my God, y'all. So he wants Marky to come outside and do photography. I might have mentioned that already at some point. Marky's not happy about it, but Marky needs to go outside. I like this look. I really, really do. Oh, okay. I use a ColourPop matte liner. This is the shade Canopy. So it's a bit more green than this look because this is like blue green or like teal, but I think it looks really nice on the lower lash line. And then I have on the Dior Show mascara. Now blush, Westman Atelier cream blush in the shade Petal. That's what I have on, and that's it. So, and for my face, Dior concealer, Chantecaille powder, and today I have on the Nars light reflecting foundation. All my foundations have the same type of finish, so it's really no difference, but I have on the Nars one today. Yes, Gucci bronzer. That's it. But everything I buy looks the same, just so everybody knows. In my description box, I do have like my references and faves in case you are curious. Trying to get better with those types of things. But what I wear in all of the foundations that I have. So yes, don't need so many foundations because they all look the same. But yes, y'all, what do y'all think about this look? I love it. I love it. Let's get into my final thoughts about this palette. Final thoughts about Fall Magic. So again, you all know that this was not PR. This is something that I purchased myself, and I'm really, really glad that I did. I like each look that I created. The mauve-y kind of duochrome look with this shade, the more neutral look where I use the cashmere shade on the lid, and then this one as well. And I just love that you can see from the 3 looks that I created, this palette is not a one-trick pony. The other thing that I love about this palette is that it's not your traditional fall palette. Like, it's just not red, orange, green, yellow. You know what I mean? It's got these kind of different colors, but they still feel fall to me. And you know what? In some way, I know this is weird, but they just remind me of a cozy sweater. I don't know why, but like these shades here, the cashmere, the cocoa, the spice, it just reminds me of wearing a nice cozy sweater or a hoodie. And then these duochromes are really nice. So again, you know, Unearthly Cosmetics does have some different shimmer formulas, and this happens to be my favorite type here. They are the ones that are more creamy and they're more loose in the pan in a way, but they're creamy. And if you swatch them, they make you feel like they could possibly get hard pan in a way, but they don't. And they look so nice on. These are a similar formula to the ones in the Aaliyah Warms My Blood palette, in the All I Ever Wanted palette. If you have the Sleepover palette or the Not Normal or Smells Like Holiday Spirit, those are the densely packed shimmers. Witching Hour, those. These are my favorite ones, and these are the ones I love to use from Unearthly Cosmetics. These are the ones that made me fall in love with the brand, so I am into them. I'm so into this color story, and I think that it can extend itself. I think this could be a spring palette as well. It extends itself beyond the fall season, so if you're looking to get this palette, and hopefully it's still in stock, I did not check, but you could get a lot of use out of this palette. And I didn't even make all the color combinations that you could possibly make, but even combining these two shades would be so pretty, or even the forest green with the cashmere shade would be beautiful too, like a halo version of an eye look. There are just so many things that you can do, and I always appreciate that about Unearthly Cosmetics, because the color stories that she comes up with are just so unique, and it's not something I see from every brand. They don't do what every brand does, and I have always loved that about this brand. So that is it. Let me know what you think about this palette. And did I tell you my lipstick? It's Lisa Eldridge, Meet Me in Berlin. I don't think I did. But that is it for what I have on and my thoughts about the palette. So I just want to thank you all for being here, for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me. If this is a palette that you have, let me know if you've been using this palette. I've already had some feedback from many of you talking about how much you love this palette. And don't forget, not just me, but a lot of us have codes. Mine is Frizz Face, and it'll save you 10%. And a lot of other content creators have codes. So if you can use a code, use it. I know with holiday and Black Friday, if you're a makeup lover like I am, you know, we're always kind of choosing which releases we want to participate in. So if we can save money, like, just do it, because this is an expensive hobby, as I would say. So again, thank you for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for this one. I hope it was therapy for you. It always is for me. So until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.